You know, clear aligners have totally changed the game in orthodontics. They're discreet, they're way more comfortable, and honestly, they've made getting straight teeth accessible to so many more people. But with this explosion in popularity, a really important question has popped up. Are all of these aligners the same? The answer? Well, it might surprise you. Turns out, the choice you make is about a lot more than just getting a pretty smile.
That massive change in both the options people had and the experience they went through kicked off what you could really call the smile revolution. And this wasn't just, a new gadget on the market. It was a fundamental, global shift in how people all over the world could approach their orthodontic care.
But, with any revolution comes a new set of challenges. And in this case, it was a flood of different options. All of a sudden, you're faced with this brand new kind of choice. And it became obvious pretty fast that not all aligners are created equal. The big question started to be about trust, and more importantly, about safety.
And this quote, this really nails it. In a market that's gotten so crowded, the whole conversation has to change. It's got to move away from the flashy ads and marketing promises and focus on what actually matters. Results that are predictable, safe, and clinically sound. Because let's be real, at the end of the day, we're talking about a medical procedure here.
This is where we start seeing the rise of what some people call cosmetic-only aligners. These are often the brands you see advertised directly to you, and they're all about getting that perfect-looking final smile. But sometimes, and this is the key part, they might cut corners on things like proper medical oversight, the quality of the materials they use, or even planning for the long-term health and stability of your teeth.
So what's the alternative to that cosmetic-only approach? Well, it's what's known as a clinical-grade system. And we're not talking about something built on slick ads. We're talking about a system built from the ground up on actual medical engineering and orthodontic science, and one that is always supervised by a doctor. A really good example of this is a system like ClearPath, which makes it super clear where they stand. For them, the finish line isn't just a smile that looks great on Instagram. It's about providing a professional-grade orthodontic system that's engineered from start to finish for predictable, stable, and healthy results.
And this right here really shows you what that standard of care actually means. I mean, look at this. Getting approvals from bodies like the Drug Regulatory Authority of Pakistan, or DRAP, and the FDA, that's not just a fancy logo for the box. That's a serious stamp of approval for medical device safety. Fully doctor-directed means you have an expert watching over your treatment every step of the way. And biomechanically correct planning, that just means they're moving your teeth in a way that's safe for your jaw and your roots, all for that super important long-term stability.
Okay, so you might be wondering, how do they actually achieve that level of precision? Well, I can tell you it's definitely not by accident. It's all about precision by design, using technology right from the start to map out and execute the entire treatment with clinical accuracy. So the whole process kicks off with these incredibly detailed 3D digital scans. We're talking micro-accurate measurements of every single tooth, and from that data, the entire treatment journey is planned out, moving your teeth in these tiny, controlled stages. And you'll notice, the goal here isn't to move teeth as fast as humanly possible. It's about moving them in the safest, most predictable way.
And all of this, it brings us to the most important piece of the puzzle, you. Because all these details, the tech, the approvals, the supervision from a doctor, it all comes back to one simple fact. This choice is a big deal for your personal health.
And when you lay it all out side by side like this, the difference is, well, it's night and day, isn't it? On one side, with DIY or cosmetic brands, you might have remote supervision, or maybe none at all. The focus is just on the look. The outcome, it can be a real gamble. On the other side, with a professional system, you have an orthodontist leading the way. The focus is on your actual biomechanical health, and it's all built on a foundation of safety approvals. The result, predictable and stable.
So if there's one thing you take away from all this, it should be this. Choosing a clear aligner isn't like picking a new shampoo or even getting your teeth whitened. This is a significant medical decision. You are literally moving bones in your jaw. And when you reframe it like that, as a health decision, not just a cosmetic one, it changes everything about how you should think about it. And that really just leaves us with one final, and I think really important question for you to think about. When it comes to your health, what's your non-negotiable? What are the things you just won't compromise on? That's definitely something worth thinking about.